just landed in Oslo, so that was a very short flight, just 1 hour from Stockholm. So the plan is to actually have lunch first before we check in for the Airbnb. Behind me is the Oslo Central Station, and we just got off. We bought a whole bag of sandwiches. The plan is to have a lunch picnic at the Opera House where we're heading towards. It's 12 p.m. right now, so our Airbnb is only ready at 3 p.m. It's pretty cold, so I decided to take out the jacket. It's about 14 degrees right now, but because of the wind, it makes it very cold. We are at the Oslo Opera House, which is an attraction in itself. The Opera House right behind me is actually just about 2 minutes away from the train station, which is just there. So the reason why the Opera House itself is an attraction is because of this massive ramp that they've designed to allow visitors to walk up and all the way to the roof up there. We are spending 2 nights here, including tonight itself, and then we are heading to the fjords over at Fläm. Okay, so the first one is this huge halal chicken sandwich thingy. Looks interesting, looks nice.
One is a vegan burrito.
Yep, so we also got this vegan burrito. And then there's yogurt.
Good.
For all your digestive needs.
And milk.
And milk
for more digestive needs.
Yeah. Show us the sandwich, mommy.
Look at the curry.
Really?
Africa.
It looks huge. It's like a foot-long Subway. See? I don't know, that's probably mayonnaise and tomatoes. And I see a bit of celery. Okay, so let's have a quick tour of the house. Ooh, this looks nice. On the right, there's a washing machine. Excellent. We need to do laundry. On the left, nice kitchen, nice toilet. Okay, that's how you know I've been up since 4 o'clock. It's a duplex, so let's see what's up there later. And it opens up to a very nice living area. Beautiful balcony. And this is how the entire apartment looks like. You like it? Yeah, it's beautiful. Cool. So that's how the apartment looks like. We'll be staying here unfortunately only for 2 nights. So tomorrow's our full day here in Oslo before we head west towards Fläm. It's quite interesting right now because it does get very loud. We just passed by an army checkpoint, a sentry that was on duty, so this is still an active fort, I suppose. I think it's safe to say that there are not that many people around because it's coming towards the end of the day and it is starting to get very cool right now. This fortress began its life as a castle built in the early 12th century, so it has been around for almost 900 years thereabouts, and over the centuries it has evolved to become a fortress for the main city of Oslo, and it takes its name Akershus from the main fief that started its rule over the region of Oslo here. One interesting thing that happened was in 2011, after some terrorist attacks in the main city town center, the Prime Minister's office actually moved closer to be within this fortress itself. They fought, they fell, they gave everything at this place. We are just taking a little break here at this lookout point. It's so beautiful because the sun's just peeking in and out of the clouds, and we are overlooking the bay here. It's crazy how windy it is right now. It is so windy, my goodness. I probably have to bring down the levels a bit, or maybe just hide the mic a little bit. But it is absolutely blowing right now. So we're heading towards where the cannons are there. Good morning. It is the 5th of June and we just left the apartment to head down to the History Museum here in Oslo. What are you having for lunch, Mommy?
Fläm.
Yep, they toasted it up just now. It's a pesto with tomatoes and then just a margarita cheese pizza. It's like a 7-Eleven, and we're just gonna have a very simple light lunch for today. We have made it to the History Museum. What is it? Cool. Good morning. It is the 6th of June here in Oslo. We have just boarded the train, and the plan today, we are heading to Fläm. So right now we've made it onto the train. It will take about 5 hours from Oslo to Mørdal, and then we're gonna have a transfer to Fläm from Mørdal. We purchased our tickets online It would take about 5 hours, and I think it's about $120 for 2 of us. The seats are very nice and comfortable. There's a lot of room, as you can see here, and then the seats allow you to recline all the way. So I think it will be a very comfortable 5-hour trip. We are just outside Meridon, waiting to enter the station. And then from here, we're going to transfer to a different train that will bring us to Fläm. That's the train behind us. So that will continue on to Bergen, which we will be heading towards right at the end after this lake at Fläm. You can see that the train station's full of visitors, both from the train that we took earlier, as well as day trippers that came from Fläm. Because Myrdal itself, I think there's some activities that you can do around here. It's quite cold. What's the temperature now, Mami? Alright, 3 degrees. We were contemplating whether we wanted to bring our winter jackets, but we figured that would have been ridiculous because it is in the middle of June. But now that we're here and looking around, all these locals and Europeans wearing their winter jackets, I think we should have. Oh well. Whew. Chilly, 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 chilly. It's very, very cold. Huddle for warmth, huddle for warmth. Really. Yep. Starting to get very cold. This is not summer weather at all. So this is the Fläm's banner. It's the Fläm railway. Yeah. Yep. Just in time because it's starting to drizzle and we are getting pretty cold. You guys okay? Come, go. Go in. No worries. It's cold. So that was absolute chaos. I think it didn't help that it was very cold and it started snowing just as the train pulled up. So I think people were just rushing to get on board. And then not forgetting that there are actually people from the train disembarking. Thank you. The conductor just helped us put the luggage properly. Everybody has a seat. You don't have to stand. But of course there is no rule against standing if you want to. So this is how the train looks like. So as part of the train ride, one of the stops, which is called Korsfossen, it allows you to get down for 5 minutes. So that's exactly what you're going to do now. So this is the waterfall. So that's a very grand waterfall. That's amazing. Can you see it? So it's a massive waterfall. Every time there's a stop, a train stop, there's a performance up there. Do you see it? There she is. So I'm not really sure if they are employed by the train station or by Fläm. So just to recap, this is the train station here Flämsbana. So as you head back and forth between Fläm and Mørdal, it stops for 5 minutes here at Korsfossen. You got to be very careful because there's a huge gap between the train. So one last look. It's pretty amazing. I'm glad we got to do this. So almost an hour later, we just got off the train here in Fläm. It's quite a big train. I think that's like probably 10 cabins. So definitely more than enough for everybody. And it's the same train that goes back and forth between Fläm and Mørdal. Also hitting all the different little towns along the way. So you can see people here are also lining up to get onto the train. So I'm assuming this train will go back up to Mørdal again, doing that until the end of the day. Today, the plan is actually to check in right now. It is about 2:30 p.m. We have about 2 hours because at 4:30 we have booked the Fjord cruise, which takes off from this place. Fläm is not a particularly cheap place to go, so we took one of the best options was actually to stay somewhere up there, which is a little ways out of the main town, but I think it's still quite okay. Our apartments just up. There's floating sauna. You can see a huge cruise ship over there. I wonder if there is a shorter way to get to the apartment. I don't think so, but I think that's still not too bad. There's a cute little tree. So we have just checked in. A lovely gentleman showed us the place, and we are going to show you our room. So we got room number 3. We are asked to wear slippers. So I got the break loaf one, and I got this weird bulbous foot rash thingy. So the room has a sink. It's a shared bathroom in the common area. And this is how the room looks like. So there are 2 big windows, one facing up to greenery right beside the building. Oh, the rain has stopped too. And one faces out straight into the bay. So this is beautiful. That's how it looks like. So we have just checked in, rested a bit, washed up, and we are going to head back to town to see what are the shops available there. And then our cruise is at 4:30. So right behind me is the apartment that we're staying in. And this is how it looks like on the outside. So it's a quiet little bay like this. There are a few more apartments down there. There's a marina here with a restaurant. Yeah. Oh, suddenly now the sun's out. That's lovely. We just came out from the Mall of Norway, which is quite a big mall, surprisingly, that has winter wear and cold wear and raincoats and souvenirs, basically anything you can think of and need. And right outside there's a market happening. I can imagine if this was winter, this will all be Christmas markets, but instead now they have all this. Nice. So you have food, tacos, and of course you have halal. Oh yeah. So there's halal food here in Fläm, not a problem at all. So definitely what's for sure is that there's more than enough kinds of food. Yeah. So you have eating places as well. So you can sit all along outside here. Fläm itself is a stop point for many cruise ships that berth here. So there's a lot of day trippers as well. Okay, so definitely there's more than enough things to keep us well fed for the next 3 days. So we have half a day today. We're doing the cruise. And then we're gonna come back, get dinner. Tomorrow, what are we doing, Mommy?
Zip line and bicycle.
Okay,
and
that's-
cycling.
That's gonna be awesome as well. So Fläm is like Hallstatt in that sense. It sits right in the valley between all these mountains. So these are the fjords that actually links up all the way to the Northern Sea. And if the food markets weren't enough, there's something very familiar to us, which is the co-op market. So you definitely do not have any problems getting food here in Fläm. Food to still good Vangen. Looks exciting. Can't wait to get on board and see the fjords. Go all the way to the top. Go out first. See, the doors are still. It's a big cruise ship. So even the ships here are running on electric. So there's no fuel, no fumes, no burning of fossil fuels. It's all running on electricity. So we are leaving the harbour now. It's gonna go all around this place and then up there all the way to Gudvangen.